Welcome to our personal branding module, where we will try to explain the key concepts of personal branding. There are two superpowers in the world. One is the United States, the other is you, José Saramago, Nobel Prize in Literature. Personal branding introduction. Personal branding is a concept of personal development that involves seeing the individual as a brand, in the same way that brands are understood. It's the footprint or seal that someone leaves on the person who perceives it. So, this entity must develop, encourage, transmit, take care of itself in order to achieve the greatest possible success. The term emerged as a job search technique. You present yourself as a relevant entity in order to show the target audience your skills to achieve an end, which in this case could be to find a job. Like everything in life, what is different is interesting, and this is one of the cornerstones of personal branding. Being different, original, standing out among the rest is a key point in success. Everyone has the potential and the ability to differentiate themselves or stand out in something. Find them, and you will have the essence of your personal brand. Personal branding attributes. Before showing some tools to know yourselves and find these characteristics that make you special, we have to know what makes a brand different, its attributes, the values, the authenticity, and the tone. Values. It is the sincere and open statement about the principles of a brand, about its DNA. Authenticity. It is the differentiation capacity of a brand. It is everything that makes it different and unique. Tone. It is the form of communication that characterizes a brand, its way of speaking, not what it says, but how it says it. Well, now let's do a little exercise to check the importance of attributes in a brand. Can you guess what brand who represents the next attributes? I'm going to count to five, so give you time to think. One, two, three, four, five. Of course, Apple. Let's do another one. What brand represents the next attributes? Entertainment, childhood, emotion. Disney, of course. The last one. Let's try. What brand represents the next attributes? Design, logistics, price. IKEA, of course. Well, it is very important to know what attributes we want to relate to our personal brand. For this, we recommend doing a sincere self analysis to discover our strengths. First of all, it's important to know which work context we are going to face. Personal branding, self knowledge. Well, we are right now in the fourth industrial revolution, related to artificial intelligence and robotics. Looking to the future, in 2027, the majority of workers will be self employed. In 2030, the 75% of the jobs that will ever exist do not currently exist. And also in 2030, the 70% of current jobs will not exist. So, we have to think about what we offer and what we want to offer, while we also think in what the market offers and what the market wants to offer. Well, first of all, when we talk about self knowledge, we have to understand two types of skills we have: hard skills and soft skills. Let's see what hard skills are. Hard skills are specific abilities or capabilities that an individual can possess and demonstrate in a measured way. Possessing a hard skill connotes mastery and expertise within the individual to perform a specific task or series of tasks to complete a job. For example, proficiency in a foreign language, a degree or certificate, typing speed machine operation, or computer programming. Let's see what soft skills are. Soft skills are the combination of people skills, social skills, communication skills, emotional intelligence, and personality traits that make it easy to get along and work with other people. For example, teamwork, conflict management, time management, creative thinking, etc. Now we will show you some tools that will help you in your self-knowledge process. Mimo is a tool, but it's also a Catalan and Spanish word that means cadres or cadres. It's a tool because it's an acronym of a self-analysis method similar to the SWOT, but done with tenderness. M means maintain, I means incorporate, M means modify, and O means omit. Here you can see the Mimo template, which we invite you to fill in. Below each letter, you can find a brief description of what we should write down in the corresponding box. For the M of maintain, you have to put hard or soft skills and abilities that I already have and I have decided to maintain. For the I of incorporate, which you should put hard or soft skills and abilities that I don't have and I have decided to incorporate. For the M of modify, we should put personal characteristics that I already have and I have decided to modify. And for the O of omit, we should put personal characteristics that already have and I have decided to omit. Personal branding conclusions. Creating a personal brand will help us face the challenges that the labor market puts in front of us. It will help us to adapt to the new work context. And it will be the key element to face job interviews, selection processes, or active job search. Okay, thank you for listening or watching this presentation.